See, let's go now to the next one. Johannes says, hello, Abe. People still say Abel. It's Abe, just Abe, no L, just Abe. It's from Abraham. My full name is Abraham. Abraham. I'm a self-taught artist from Argentina. I would really appreciate if you could review my portfolio. I'm pretty new doing characters for games, so your feedback would be mostly appreciated. Let me just close some. I don't think I'm gonna run out of RAM, but you guys, Google Chrome, all of this information. Okay, so normally I like to use my main thumbnail thing or my portrait here with some of the stuff. So some of the stuff that I'm doing. So I might recommend that. Demon Souls, Slayer of Souls. More breakdowns, man. Johannes, we need more breakdowns. Otherwise, I don't know how you approach this thing right here. I'm not sure if it's game ready. I know it says that it was done inside of ZBrush. The sculpt looks okay. It looks fine, but we're not seeing a lot of stuff right here. Oh, we got a little cat here for Twitch. That's cool. Cool. Look at that. We got the little cat right there for an emoticone. There we go. Ready, willing, and able. There we go. If you're trying to start out in games as a 3D artist, game jams are super. Yeah, game jams are a really good option as well. Any conventions or things like that are also quite good. Johannes, this one. Okay, I'm gonna say something personal, and hopefully this doesn't come out the wrong way, like I'm being a douche or anything. I used to do this as well. I used to do this stuff. I'm very happy to share with you all my first it's a given, that stuff. So it's better if the information here it's about the model and know how you feel about the model. Again, it's just a personal thing, and I guess I used to do that as well. But nowadays I just say, hey, this is a model. AAA, whatever, I'm going for optimization or something like that. Just explain what we have here, okay? Because, again, it's sort of like a given that you are happy with the result. We need to see the wireframe a little bit more in detail. Haircuts can definitely be improved. They look a little bit too thick. Like, I'm not seeing too much transparency. Facial anatomy also needs a little bit more work. One of the things I'm going to applaud you, my friend, on this one is that it's a full character. Like doing a full character, posing, texturing, retopo, like all of the process, it takes time. And I'm happy that you were able to go through the whole process. I do feel like the textures are not looking great. I'm not sure where you're doing the rendering, by the way. It says it's marmoset, but it looks very... Like I'm not seeing any subsurface or ambient occlusion. I don't know. It looks a little bit flat. And I'm not in love with all of the material differentiation that we have. And here, I'm going to give you guys another little thing that you can do. When you're evaluating a render, one of the things that I recommend is, again, desaturate the render. If the image does not hold properly without color, color won't really save it, okay? So what I see right here is that, again, I don't see a lot of variation in terms of roughness on the skin. And then some of the elements look very plasticky, like this element right here, this leg, it looks very, very plasticky. So I don't like it. Like the robe looks good. The robe looks good right there. But some of the other roughness and values that you're choosing for this thing, they're not that great, okay? So we might want to give it another pass in textures if you can. It might take a little while to do so, or just the light. I think it's just the light that's really killing this project right now, or the presentation of this project, because there's no specific light. You're not telling any story with the lights, and we've mentioned this again on the portfolio presentation workshop. One of the things that I mentioned is make sure your light has some directionality. Like I want to see light coming from a specific direction so that we can see the character literally in a better light, okay? So, Johannes, my best advice, let's do more characters. You only have one full character, so we need 2 or 3 at least. And let's focus on the quality of those characters, okay? A little bit more on the presentation. Hey, for the contest, what would you recommend, haircuts or X-Gen? Whichever one you feel more comfortable with, man. Again, this is a very good question that people were asking. Like, if you're going to be using the contest as a way to also create the portfolio piece, then follow the traditional lines that you would do for your portfolio. If you're going to be doing a game character, then do haircuts, of course. But if you just want to focus on the presentation and on the contest, X-Gen is, I would say, a little bit easier to handle sometimes, and it will give you a good result. What advice can you give for someone who wants to start in Think Tank? It's hard to get if you're a beginner. Do they after graduation help you find a job in the field, etc.? That's a good question. So in Think Tank, I think it's like a 2-year program or like 15 months or something like that, like 1.5 years, something like that. They do have a really good resources, and they do have like a job board that you can use to start like a applying for jobs. I'm not sure how strongly they help you with the hiring process, like if they're actually going to be sending your CV for you to other companies, but they do have a good community, and they've been around for a long time as well. On the last couple of semesters or on the last couple of terms, you do mentorships. I'm currently working there as a mentor. So you work with people who are aligned with the industry and have industry experience. So that way you get a very sort of like in-depth approach on how to work with your pieces. So it's definitely a good option. I'm not sure how difficult it is to get in. I'm not sure if they have like specific requirement, because I've seen people with a bunch of different levels, some very, very like junior artists and some who have way more experience. So it's my best advice is just approach them and say, hey, I've heard about you. How does this work? And they're going to be able to give you more information. Do you think it's still profitable to sell 3D models in websites like CD Trader, SketchFab? Not anymore, or at least not as it was a couple of years ago. Because again, now with AI and with the saturation that we have in the market, it might be a little bit more difficult to do it. But if you're doing a model and you just want to put it on sale so that you can get a couple of dollars every now and then, that might be a good idea. If you do very specialized models, that's when you can get like a good return of investment. So for instance, you guys know Eric Keller. He's a 3D artist, and he does bugs, a lot of bugs. He's like a specialist in all of these bugs, and I see that he sells some of his models in like CG Trader, but he sells them for a good chunk of money, like I don't know, $200, $300, $400, and they use these bugs for like more scientific like things, right? So if you're going to be doing very specialized advanced models, it could be worth it, but just keep in mind that you're not going to be selling volume. You're going to be selling one or two every now and then, and it's going to be like a high ticket product, right? Do you believe it will be a good investment for someone who has a decent amount of 3D experience in games as a junior artist and has a bachelor's in game art to go to think tank? Not necessarily. If you already have experience and if you already have a good portfolio, 3D artist, then what you might want to do is just enroll in a couple of classes. I'm not sure if think tank allows you to enroll on specific classes. I know Naman does. Or just enroll into a specific, again, live class. We might have something like that soon here on the channel. I want to do like a character one, but just enrolling on the specific skill that you want to get better at, because I think it would be quite stupid to enroll and get like intro to Maya and learn the basics of Maya again. Like, you're not going to get that much from that class. So just enroll to the specific classes that you want. Okay, so let's keep moving, because otherwise we're not going to finish, and I need to actually have just 30 more minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can do it. We can do it, because I have a meeting at 12, and I need to get ready for that. Actually, let me just check messages. Mustafa, thanks for the resub, man. Thanks for the resub.